today. From Ford Field in Detroit, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie cornerback.
I guess we have to nickname him the thrower, aren't we, or something like that.
After last week?
I mean, man, you're talking about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him like, hey, don't forget us. And he'd probably just tell him, listen, you want to get involved?
Go out
and catch some passes. I'll make sure you touch it.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Out to his left. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 3 catches, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
You think the head coach and the offensive coordinator are able to pull the earplugs out now? Because all week, all they heard was, you know, Coach, they can't guard the pass at all. I mean, they're next to last in the league. Let's throw it on every down.
Yeah, last week we saw the numbers. This week going against second to last in the pass defense area. Touchdown, Detroit!
Jameson Williams.
His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here the Falcons now as they get set for their opening possession. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
Smith on 1st down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Smith. Flushed out right. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And Smith's throw into the hands of Pitts here.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
The numbers for Pitts in that game a week ago.
6 catches, 52 yards.
This defense is ranked near the bottom of the league against the pass. You get the sense that he feels like if he gets covered on any call, he's going to be upset. He thinks he should be open on every snap in this game.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Well, this defense for the Lions, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 24-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Smith. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. There he goes, right side. He's at the 30. 10. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Kyle Pitts returns to the field along with the rest of this offense for the upcoming series.
Well, September sure treated him kindly. Now we flip over to October. Any reason to think that those numbers drop, or can he keep the pace up?
Well, he can keep the pace up, but it's going to get a lot more difficult now. To me, it's a lot like baseball, all right? When guys, when they first hit the league, whether it's a pitcher or a hitter, and they go through the league the first time and they're hot, people are going, wow, what a phenom. Then they get tape on them, they get scouting reports, they start to do different things. Let's see if he's going to adapt and expand his game in order to keep up that type of production.
That's a good call because he's a known entity. See how they defend him going forward.
2nd and 10. Second down and a run by Robinson.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early, but they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Lions will take over. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. (14-0) the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, it's Herbert. That pass caught. It's Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. Jameson Williams. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
From the 30 on second down, Smith. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, here's Smith.
Got London on a slant.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. A gain there of 30 big ones.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A give left side to Robinson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Smith. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Robinson. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
Koo knocks this one through the post, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here are the Lions to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From the 29, Herbert. And he slings one that's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw here, Herbert. Got a man, that's Colin Johnson. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That's a 1st down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. Here's Herbert. And going deep downfield for Boykin. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
This will be caught at about the 5. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal?
They'll run for it with Pierce.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Dameon Pierce, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to add on to their first half lead.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now Geno on first down. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Geno. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To the air again, Smith.
He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway. But the officials, they're going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's 3rd down.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Geno now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson.
Oh, he's going to be brought down there in the field of play. And the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. And it's the Packers who have the lead as that game approaches halftime. Aaron Jones with 2 touchdown runs. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Curtis Samuel, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. He'll find Hodgins there complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. Smith. And that one complete to Hodgins. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Now Geno. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the toss, here's Robinson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. Smith now to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Derek Stingley getting home on the corner blitz. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week. And this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This is taken at the 15. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
One of the good things about throwing it in his direction, he usually has the size advantage on those two-man catches.
And what I like about his game is that he carries himself at his full height. He understands it's an advantage and uses it at every opportunity.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The pickup goes for 13. It sets him up first and goal.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows, is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now, because the offense is on his toes and punching, and there was another first down run right there.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, second and goal. They run again with Harris. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll try to run with Pierce.
And this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jason Kabinda,
His first touchdown on the year.
and the Lions will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Robinson up the middle.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Smith. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. From just shy of midfield, Smith. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The Falcons on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Throwing is Smith. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Well, I wish this staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the 4th quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
Let's go now. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. Williams brings it in. And in for the Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
He's absolutely taken charge. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0 rushing touchdowns, no special teams, no defensive scores. All him throwing the football. He's in cruise control right now, and so is his team.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Smith on 3rd down. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. Smith throwing again. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And he comes back with one complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on second down. Smith. That's complete to Rob. And he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Jamison Williams and the Lions get set for this next possession.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
It's another first down, as this time they get an even 20.
Herbert. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. So give him the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30. So now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So the face mask moves him closer, and now 1st and goal.
Here's Pierce. We'll take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
On 1st down, Smith. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Now this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a contour, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Smith.
And that one off the mark behind him.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Smith. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 12-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ballgame.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And the Falcons score to cap it off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have,
He's got him in, complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They're going to pass here with Herbert. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Herbert now. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Patterson now for the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was the tight end Dalton Schultz on the touchdown reception to cap the drive. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
On 1st and 10, Smith.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Robinson on a give right side.
Room here to run. run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. Defensively, you've got the nice lead here in the fourth quarter. You're saying, if they want to get a run of a little over 10 yards, that's okay.
I hear what you're doing there, and I think you're onto something. They've loosened up on defense, so don't get fooled by the nice runs you're getting now. You've got to get bigger plays, possibly think about throwing the football a bit more here.
Looking middle, and that's complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Detroit, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, things aren't looking good. It'll be an 0-5 start. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.